Hi Pisces. So, I just did a whole reading for you guys and it felt like I was like trying to pull you out of this. I was trying to figure out what was going on and I realized this is the energy I was trying to pull out. So, it was a long video, like just me, like I just could not figure out what was going on here. So anyways, it feels like I finally pulled you out. This guy is you. You were inside this hole right in here. It took me 30 minutes to like get this guy out. And anyways, so we're gonna show you, this is the card that I pulled for you. And this guy has come up in both the Cancer and the Scorpio reading. Just amazing to me. So this is the card I pulled for you. But for the first time out of all this water energy, we finally have some grounding. Even though it's a Two of Wands, it's supposed to be like fire energy. We finally have some like earth like stuff coming through. Like the energy has just been like super, almost like ungrounded. And so, and intense. And so that was actually why I brought in these Yu-Gi-Oh cards for the Scorpio reading, to help like add an element of fun, like, and not make it so like intense. And yeah, so anyways, I'm gonna draw. So these were the two cards that I got for you last time, basically alchemizing the energy. And you had like this barrier up, but it was keeping out, yeah, the bad stuff, but it was also keeping out, look at, like right in there, the butterflies. So you were keeping out all these like horned little beetle things, but you were, yeah, but you were also keeping out the butterflies. So we had to obviously alchemize the energy, stir things up. Took me a long time to do that, to get you out of this hole. And but now we're going to do a better reading, clearly, for you. More concise and less like trying to like pull you out. At least that's how it felt. So anyways, so what energy, what does Pisces need to utilize right now or harness for their highest timeline? They just went everywhere. We're gonna keep going. Two cards came out, and this is what's on the bottom of the deck. Okay. Oh my god. It's a mess. I'm not even going to look at that right now. We're gonna keep moving. So, the two cards that you got, ooh, the Goblin Thief and Invigoration. Ooh, I like that. Is he going towards the sun? This reminds me of the sun, a blast of energy. A Goblin Thief. There's a man pulling the cart where a horse should be, and it's a heavy cart, and this goblin, he's a chubby little goblin, is holding a mask that almost looks like a red version of him. So when I see goblin energies like this, it reminds me of greed. Yeah, because clearly he's not pulling the cart. he's behind it, but he's like admiring, almost like, you can almost say that's like a mirror. It looks just like he's holding like a red face version of him. Okay. And then this invigoration, life, heat. It's beautiful. It's like a rainbow sun. Okay. So this energy, I'm guessing it's going towards this or away from it. We're going to keep it like this. This is how it kind of like unfolded in my hand. Okay. So your messages are Lilith, rebellion, Independence Day, artist, 1980, androgynous or androgyny, rugby, a salmon going upstream, Kristen, and white. Okay, and then also what I did in the Scorpio reading was I pulled a card for the monster energy that I needed to harness to help you guys with whatever this is going on with you. And the card that I got that is my guidance to help you guys is the Queen Bird. And it looks like a little vulture, which is interesting because I actually put my raven on because of the raven from the Scorpio reading yesterday. So that's interesting. But on the bottom of the deck, we have this. And I was trying to figure out what this is. Because in the Scorpio's reading, it was a bad guy. But in your reading, clearly this is a different energy. This was you hiding in a little hole, whatever this represents, and I had to pull you out. It took 30 minutes to pull you out of this hole. So, we're, okay, so, but I'm harnessing this energy right here, the vulture. And the vulture cleans up the environment. So when like the animals on the land eat like the carcasses or, you know, their meals and they leave the carcasses behind, it's the vultures that come and eat the carcasses and clean up the environment. And they actually prevent the spread of disease from the carcasses into the environment. So they're very, very purifying. So acting as like a purifying energy, I'm cleaning up the carcass in some way. Okay, and then on the bottom of the deck with the energy that you're harnessing, there's this commencement dance. And this is like a high school dance. If I recall, I'm not sure if it means like other things, but I believe this is like a high school dance, like a prom, a homecoming, which is interesting because I've gotten themes of that in my own life. So maybe there's an element of like inner child stuff going on. Or just like thinking about the past, maybe. Playing around with your memories in the past. Okay. So, this King of Swords in Scorpio's reading, this represented enlightenment. And I'm saying that because we have white right here as one of your things, so that's why I'm bringing this up. We were determining what the difference was between enlightenment and social acceptance. And some people, like, we were talking about how the white hats represented, like, wanting social, wanting to, like, wanting to be known. I guess that's the best way of putting it, wanting social acceptance. and wanting the white hat, and we're believing, or as a society, or in your own life or their own life, it was just like about like we're always trained to want that, but it's really this. It's really the white feathers. So, okay, so does this mean anything else now? Now that we successfully pulled you out of this hole? Normally it represents a gateway of like actually going through the hole. So maybe this is representing your little home. Like with this, maybe you've been inside a lot. So now you're out of this hole right now. But maybe it represents your home in this regard. Okay, we're gonna keep moving. Okay, so Lilith, and then I have in parentheses rebellion. I know everyone has a different opinion of what Lilith is, but I'm gonna give my opinion since like it came through, and I'm the reader. So Lilith, in my opinion, is the true woman. She is Adam's equal. She was designed to be his equal, and Eve was designed to be subservient and to be able to like do what Adam says. And I went into a tangent on this. I'm not going to do that in this video. But I believe like Lilith can reside in, like Lilith and Eve can reside in both of us. Like that need to be less than because our Lilith is too much. And, you know, or how we've been taught. And that we're only going to be accepted as an Eve, you know, in order to keep a man or whatever, whoever you like. You know, the masculine energy and the feminine energy. So anyways, my opinion is that Lilith was created just as equal as Adam, and that is your true form. And I'm not talking about like being promiscuous and sleeping around with a bunch of people. I'm talking about in like a divine partnership here. I mean, this could clearly mean something very different for both of you. I just said both of you. Okay. So this could be different for anyone, or my words feel like they're not wording right now, but I'm guessing that might mean something for you guys. Okay. I'm going to move on. Okay, so Independence Day. Yes, there's a movie that was named this, but I've never watched it. So I'm going to focus in on like a country, Independence Day. And I know in the United States, this is like a big year for us. It's our 250th anniversary of Independence Day. And if I remember correctly, we're supposed to, like as a country, I think we're doing something big, or at least that was the talk. Like this year's going to be big in some regard. In celebrations, I believe something's supposed to be happening every single month. I haven't been watching the news like a whole lot lately, so, but that was what I remember being talked about last year. Okay, so then artist just simply means like your whatever you artistically do. And artists can mean many different things, and I believe we're all artists in our own regards. Like we all have like an artistic ability, and it could even just simply meaning like how you code something, like with computers. Like it's very broad. But in Cancer's reading, we were focused in on this little pen. So it could just mean like your artistic writing ability. that was just a theme in Cancer's reading. So, or just like a painter, like whatever that means for you. And then 1980, like I could not figure out what this 1980 thing was about, like other than it being something important for you. I clearly was not born or alive yet in 1980. And the only thing I can even think of is that there was some kind of rocket launch, I believe, some kind of important rocket launch in 1980. That is all I can think of. I mean, the 1980s as a whole means something to me, but that didn't come out. I have that in here, but that didn't come out. 1980, the year came out. But it could just mean the 80s in general, in some regard to you. Yeah. Okay, so androgynous and androgyny. This just means like being able to harness both like the masculine and the feminine energy. You have like a good balance of both within you. It could even be like style wise, just you have a good like masculine and feminine style balance. Or you just relate to this more, or this means something to you in some way in your life. Okay, and then rugby. Obviously, it's a game with like teammates, and you're trying to score on the other team. But the teammates, you know, you work together as a team and try to outsmart the other team or outplay them in order to get a goal. It's kind of like a mixture to me of like between like soccer and football. Okay, and then salmon going upstream. In my, like how I was feeling it out, it just felt like going against like the grain, like going, like everyone's going this way and you're just like, nope, gonna go this way. I actually saw a scene the other day from Finding Dory where they were trying to rescue all the little fishes from the fish store and get them back into the ocean. And all these like police cars were trying to block off the highway. It was a funny scene. Like it'd be a fun one to watch. I believe it's Dory and Hank freeing the fish or freeing. Oh, anyways. And so they found a different way to get the all the pet store fish back into the ocean. So that could mean something for you. Okay, then we have Kristen here. And I have a bunch of names in my thing. And a lot of them I don't really have any connection to, but Kristen I do. And I believe she's a Pisces. This is someone that I used to be friends with years ago. But it just could mean something very specific to you because I'm not seeing anything else that would, like, a story that I need to share about her. So, yeah, I'm not seeing anything. So, and then white. I saw the white, and that was why I was telling you about the difference between the white hats and the white feathers. Social acceptance or social enlightenment. Okay. So then we have the goblin thief and invigoration. Why is he going towards the sun? Has he changed his ways? I feel like these greedy little creatures don't change their ways. He looks mean, and he has a human pulling the cart for him instead of a horse, which almost feels like intentional. And that is a big load of stuff. And he's just looking at himself in the mirror. That's what that reminds me of. He's just like admiring himself, walking along like this guy, carrying all this weight and just like looking at himself. Why are they going towards the sun? Does he think he's going to get something? Or maybe this energy is like purifying? Energy that you are needing to harness right now. Is this you? Maybe you've tricked. Look at him. He's not paying attention. He's like staring at himself, not giving a crap because you're pulling all the weight. Maybe you're steering it towards the sun and he has no clue. Outwit. That's what the energy looks like. Outwitting something and bringing it into the sunlight, this purifying energy. Which this rainbow now reminds me of like LGBT. Because we have androgynous and androgyny, which is not, it doesn't have to be LGBT, but just since we have this like theme here. Did something important happen in the LGBT community in 1980? Might be interesting. I just thought about the Polish Stonewall, about the LGBT liberation in Poland. I don't know if that'd be important for you guys to go look up. But let's focus back on this just being like a sun energy, a purifying energy. Yeah, it feels like you are leading, you're bringing it back to this, and whatever this thing represents to you, it clearly is so obsessed with itself and its greed that I think it's going to be a lot easier than you think. So then we have on the bottom of that the commencement dance. We have 1980 here, which 1980 high school movies I absolutely love. Maybe that might be fun to watch right now. Might help with the energy. Yeah. Okay, I'm not really getting much more out of here. This is you. So what are you doing? Are you coming out of your hole to like dance? Liberating yourself maybe in a new way. This Independence Day could represent you. In the Taurus reading, we were talking about like you as a country, like your body almost like representing a country. And then rugby, like playing with teammates. So maybe there's a bunch of people doing this in this energy. Because it's about outwitting, outsmarting the other team. Look at that beautiful energy, electrifying the water. Which reminds me of Hunger Games. I don't know if I already said this in this one or if that was the other one, but in the Hunger Games, that was like one of the things the guy was going to do to like, you know, take out the other people. He was going to put the electricity in the water to like potentially like fry it, if you know what I mean. So Alrighty. Did I clean up the environment? Did I do a good job? Okay. And then Kristen. I don't know what else this would mean, so yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and leave that there for you. And yeah, good luck, Pisces. And whatever this is, like, it just looks like you're doing good. Like you're on track. You got this in the bag. Just keep following the light. Okay. All right. Bye.